Podcast. I'm your host, Austin Gerke, and it's Wednesday. There's not a whole lot of news other than, if you're a NASCAR fan, tonight is pole qualifying night. Yes, I was aware that the Busch Clash was on. I just didn't bother to watch it. So, congratulations, Kyle Busch, on winning last night's Busch Clash, which, for those that don't follow NASCAR much, that's just NASCAR's equivalency of the preseason, or at least a preseason race. So congratulations, Kyle Busch, on that. But tonight is pole qualifying for the Daytona 500, which is NASCAR's equivalent of the Super Bowl. And it basically determines the first two spots. And then you got tomorrow, which I will be doing a show tomorrow to fill out the rest of the field. But tonight it's only the first two spots. And who do I think is going to win? Or not win, but who do I think is going to get the pole? Anybody at Hendrick Motorsports. Chase Elliott, and since they award second place too, because that is part of the front row technically, I'm taking Alex Bowman to join him. So that's your front row. That will be the front row for the Daytona 500. I will be back tomorrow to cover the duels before they happen. Now, as far as the other sports, I'm just doing the games list, and then I'll expand on what I did on Monday. I know Monday was short. I'm not going to go statistically in it, but man, it still feels surreal to this day being a fan of the team, and it's nuts that they still won, and they won convincingly. I mean, now on Sunday I was watching the game, but I was into it thinking the game was close. But when you watch it again, it really wasn't. It just wasn't even close. But still, it still feels surreal. Now, let me see. See how quick my phone got charged. Okay, 9%. That's good enough. All right, so I'm going to do the games list real fast for the next 2 days. Actually, I'll do it for today since I will be on tomorrow to cover the duels or give you the pre-race stuff for the duels. NASCAR fans, I will be on tomorrow. So I'll just do today, and then I'll be back on tomorrow to cover anything else. Let's see. Let's go in the NHL first. No. Okay. So today's games. Got the Bruins and Rangers. I'm taking the Bruins. And the Maple Leafs and Canadiens. I'm taking Toronto over Montreal. I know Montreal is a better record. What are they? 8-2-2. But when you look at the standings, go into that Canadian division. Oh, so this is a battle for the top spot in the Canadian division. Toronto leads that division over Montreal by 3 points, which is the equivalent of a game and a half. So, as far as tonight, I'm taking the Bruins over the Rangers, and I'm taking the Maple Leafs over the Canadiens. Which now leads me to the next two sporting events for tonight. And then I will read into this because I just saw it over the ESPN wire, but the NBA's thinking of putting the slam dunk contest in the middle of the halftime show of an all-star game that maybe they might have, maybe they might not have. I'll read you that story and then I'm out. But let me give you two more of the games list first. Let's start with college basketball. Forgive me if you will. Let me open this back up. And the Bucks had a little boat party for their championship celebration. It's nuts. There's footage of it on if you follow the Bucks, you've seen the footage all day. ESPN's got footage of the little celebration. That was nuts. It was funny. It was just funny to see. but I'm guarantee you most of the mainstream media will follow that thing all the way through. So let's go with the NBA. Back on track here, Austin. Remember, I'm only doing today since I will be on tomorrow as well. So for today's games, Raptors over Wizards. Raptors over Wizards. Hawks over Mavericks. Nets over Pacers. Hornets over Grizzlies. Clippers over the T-Wolves. Pelicans over the Bulls. The Cavs. Never mind. Taking the Nuggets over the Cavs. And I'm taking the Bucks over the Suns. And the Lakers over the Thunder. So that's today's games. Again, I will be back on tomorrow to do that. So that's why I'm not doing this 2 day at a time thing unless it's absolutely necessary. So now let's go to college basketball. See if there's anything good on today. There we go. Okay, Baylor and Oklahoma. That game got postponed, but I would have taken Baylor anyway. Houston, South Florida. I'm taking the Cougars. Virginia, Georgia Tech. I'm taking Virginia. Rutgers, Iowa. I'm taking Iowa. Tennessee over Georgia. Missouri over Ole Miss. And Wisconsin over Nebraska. So those are the game picks for tonight. And I'll repeat for my NASCAR friends. I'm taking Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman to be the front row for the Daytona 500, which is, believe it or not, it's weird to say, but it's 4 days away from now. And that's still funny to say, but it's almost here. Let's see what else. Oh! Let's get to the last news story of the day, and then I'm out. Let's see. Okay. This is the one I was talking about. Normally I don't. Again, let's see. Sources: NBA progressing on plan for a halftime slam dunk contest. Oh, good lord. The NBA is progressing on a plan to incorporate the slam dunk contest into halftime of the All-Star game on March 7th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. 3-point shootout and skills competition are also expected to be part of the Saturday night event. Okay, whatever. The NBA and the Players Association expect to have finalized details and a formal announcement on the All-Star Game format and health and safety protocols later this week. Okay, so towards the end here, I will put the story in the episode description. But in summation, it looks like the NBA will have an All-Star Game after all, and they're going to look to put in the slam dunk contest as part of the halftime festivities, while they make the skills competition, the rookie competition, and the 3-point shootout still on Saturday night, which means very few people are going to watch this thing anyway. But we're going to put the slam dunk contest at halftime, and yeah, we're going to do that. I just find it silly that you need the NBA and the Players Association to bargain over whether to have an exhibition all-star game like this, the format, and the health and safety protocols. Okay. But it's the NBA. What do you expect? They're woke. They're also very stupid, but what do you do? I know. These episodes have been very short, but there literally is not much yet. Still have a few more weeks until March Madness, but... And the Masters and a bunch of other stuff, just like 2020, but hopefully, as long as the government stay out of the business and hopefully nobody else freaks out, everything will be on schedule. This has been Before I Go. Thank you for listening and watching the Austin's Audit Podcast. I've been your host, Austin Gerke. You can listen to this show on Podbean. Just search for the Austin's Audit Podcast. You can also listen to this show on Spotify, Google, Apple if you know the trick, Deezer, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Pandora. And if you have an Alexa-enabled device, just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Austin's Audit podcast on Amazon Music." You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is at Austin_Gerke for post-show interaction. You can also follow this show's Facebook page. Just search for the Austin's Audit podcast. And if you want to watch this show on Instagram TV, IGTV, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is at Austi Spalmanti. That is AUSTISPAMANTI. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can watch the show on IGTV. Follow me with Austi Spalmanti. You can also listen to this show through SoundCloud. So follow there as well if you need to. Let's see what else. Oh, if you want to see this show on Rumble, again, hi guys. Search AD Gerke. That is AD and my last name, which is GEHRKE. The only handle on there that is capitalized is the letter A. Make sure the search is set to channels, not videos. And search for AD Gerke, and you'll get every episode from episode 1 to episode 155. Just click subscribe after you do AD Gerke, and you will be set. Again, I'll be back here tomorrow to prepare you for the duels at Daytona to set up the rest of the field for the Daytona 500. Remember, tonight is only to set the first 2 spots. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for listening to the Austin's Audit podcast, and I've been your host, Austin Gerke. Peace out.